Hello, Vivid Earth Tribe. It's Tuesday, the 26th of July. Wow, what a month this has been. It's been quite an eventful month, I must say, for the world, planet Earth. So many things have happened this month, and I think it's only going to be hotting up. We've got a new moon coming up on Thursday, the 28th. And as per many of the astrologers that I follow, it's going to be a big couple of weeks. And it's time because things have to get to a head now. There's been so much chaos and just absolute mayhem around the world, and in the form of corruption and lies and deception, that it's time for this saw to come to the surface and to be transmuted. And I think we're at that point where it's going to start happening. So I have spoken last week about a couple of things that's been happening, but I just want to recap what has really happened over the last couple of weeks and what is likely to happen over the next couple of weeks if we all pay attention and have eyes to see. So it really is the beginning of the end for the cabal, not for us, but for the dark cabal that's been keeping this planet prisoner for many hundreds, if not thousands of years. So signs that it is falling. A lot of military operations have been happening around behind the scenes. You may not know about that, and they're obviously very sensitive, so none of that has really been public knowledge yet, but they will be revealed soon. We're going to have an EBS, which I think will happen in the next couple of weeks. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's an emergency broadcast system, and it will basically shut down all of our mainstream media and TV, and it will be an emergency broadcast. It'll be broadcast for 8 hours. It's an 8-hour broadcast, 24/7, so that everyone can finally be aware of what's happening, because so many people have been deceived. There are quite a few of us that are awake and have been aware of what's going on, and have also been diligent enough to do their own research and to apply critical thinking, because all the dots really connect if you really pay attention. So like I said in one of my last videos, the destruction of the Georgia Guidestones that happened on the 6th of July, I mean, they are under 24-hour surveillance. So how that happened, I'm not sure, but but I think all of us are very happy that it happened, because it's really a symbolism, and that really just symbolizes the end of the beginning of the end for the cabal, because of what they represent, those guidestones, which is basically to control the earth, to bring down the population, and to treat us like animals, and not the divine beings that we are. So that's a good thing. Then we've seen basically the fall of the UK deep state government. Boris Johnson has resigned, and 15 other ministers as well, because they know what was going down. Intel has it that military operations have been, and FBI have been raiding and retrieving computers, hard drives, servers, information inside the royal government, and that's why so many ministers have resigned, because they're aware of this. And this happened just a few hours before Boris Johnson resigned, by the way. So, yep, it's big, guys. It's really big. Then Operation London Bridge, which is set to fall, and that will take full effect as the Majesty regime plans for an announcement of the Queen's death, which I believe has already happened. It's just not been announced yet. So that'll be announced soon. And it will lead to a newly installed government by the people, for the people. Also, incredible news. The UK had, in 2021, or the government and the royal government, had 22 trillion rands, $22 trillion worth of gold delivered by the US military from the Cheyenne Mountains military base operations. And I've heard this from multiple sources. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is the truth. Then the Vatican underground DUMBs, deep underground military bases, they call it DUMBs, have also had some military operations carried out against it. You may have heard of the fires in Rome, which I spoke also about in one of my last videos. There were actually 3 fires. Mainstream media only reported it as one, but apparently it was 3 of them. And it was basically to destroy and take hold of the whole underground computing grid, the private network, basically that the Rothschilds have been running for hundreds, if not thousands of years. These deep underground military bases have been there for more than 1,000 years. You guys got to understand. And it's linked with CERN, and it's linked with the CIA headquarters under Lake Geneva. And from there, information gets distributed to 11 CIA, what do they call it, substations. And from there to, I think, 150 further tier 3 substations. So this is where all the information is coming from in terms of what's been happening. And you know, we all know that those 3-letter agencies are not for the people. They never have been, and it is responsible for a lot of the evil that's been going on around the world. So that is good news, really, really good news. Did I mention the Vatican? So obviously the fires in Rome, that's got to do with the Vatican and the DUMBs under the Vatican and what's been taking place there beyond these supercomputers that have been distributing information to all the CIA substations. Some of you will think it's complete madness, but all of this will be announced soon. I'm just giving you a heads up because I want to prepare you, and I want you to be prepared, and I want you to start paying attention, you know, how you can prepare for this next stage of complete disclosure and the solar flare that's going to follow. Because, you know, we have two choices: either we ascend or we descend with that timeline that very much stays in that 3D Earth mentality, which I don't think we want. So there will be a splitting of the Earth, so to speak, on a holographic kind of dimensional level, which is very difficult to understand. It's not going to be 2 places. It's just going to be 2 entirely different dimensions and perceptions of life. So I don't know about you, but I definitely am for 5D Earth. That's where I'm going. And we have to make that choice. We have to make that choice very soon, because the time has come for us to make those decisions, and we've got to be prepared, and we've got to get prepared for that. And I'll talk more about that a little bit later. Just further on updates, obviously the assassination of the Prime Minister of Japan, who apparently had all of the information about Fukushima and the invasion of China, which was planned. And who knows if he's really dead or if he's just in some sort of witness protection program. He was very close to Trump and a lot of the other white hats. So this sounds to me like indeed this could be part of that operation. And then the fall of Sri Lanka, which was basically used as like a beta testing ground, which they wanted to see if they can kind of scrap the old regime and quickly rebuild a new system and a gold-backed Jisara system and currency. So you all heard what went down there. The Prime Minister fled the country, and that is another one on another box ticked. Lebanon currently still in blackouts. They currently has been in complete blackout for days, if not weeks. I think weeks, throughout all cities and villages. Communications completely being cut off. There's a military operation, I believe, going on there as well, and arrests taking place behind the scenes. And then basically the K Mafia, I don't know if I can mention this word on YouTube because, you know, cancellation is a real thing right now. I won't say the other word because even that is being monitored by the AI systems behind this platform. But basically, the Khazarian mafia, that's behind the US, France, Canada, Italy. Currently, there are many military operations going on behind the scenes as well as a criminal investigation into Macron has started. The US and the whole Biden regime is also in free fall. I mean, first he had COVID, then he declared he had cancer. So things are looking a little bit strange. These are all signals that he's going to be removed from the scene very soon. Mark my words, very, very soon. It's going to be a big one. Initially, we won't be told the truth, but in a couple of weeks, we will know the truth. What's really happened. I believe he hasn't really been around as Biden, the actual person, for a long time. What we see is on TV is not him, at least not the original Mr. B. So yeah, that's exciting because they're all part of this deep state corruption and cabal system that has been ruling our planet, and that needs to end because there's just been too much suffering on this earth. We are being taken advantage of. We are being completely suppressed, controlled, brainwashed, mind controlled. I know it's difficult for some to believe because when you're in it, you can't see it from the outside. But you got to stand back a little bit. You got to analyze the facts. You got to do the research, and when you do, you will arrive at the very same point I have, because I don't believe in fairy tales and myths. I believe in facts, and when I see the facts in front of me, that's when I talk about them, not just grasping ideas and stories out of thin air. That's not me. It was really Putin who summed up the world situation as the beginning of the fundamental collapse of the American-style world order, of the transition from liberal globalist American egocentrism to a truly multipolar world. And then the foreign minister of Venezuela, the Venezuelan foreign minister said Russia and its president Vladimir Putin are conducting the struggle in the name of humanity against the terroristic and hostile alliance known as NATO. Also, yeah, quite revealing. I don't know what's going on with my speech today. Must be a gremlin in the system, and now I see the sun coming through quite sharply. But anyway, this is just a little update for you. Soon we're going to be publishing a fantastic interview. Please keep a lookout for that. It will be with Galactic Ambassador Ishmael Perez. He's a best-selling author on Amazon, and he has some incredible information to bring forward on our galactic origins, our role in the universe, and what's to come for us, really, which is very exciting, and I hope you will join me for that. It will be online very soon, I would say, within a couple of hours. So thank you for joining me. We'll see you soon for more news, and soon we will start adding further interviews about health, wellness, finance, business, and how all of that can be transformed in this new earth living that we're about to enter very soon. So we all need to get ready for that, and I hope to help you get ready for that. So until next time, sending you lots of blessings.